Bear is not just a villain. He's more than that. To me, this statement pulls us from another very important observation. Honestly, Bear is just some white dude. Mid-20s, no drip, customer service job, small friend group, basic interests. Immediately, we are shown that Bear is not spectacular. He's average, and for now, that's okay. Bear then does something seemingly strange, but something that a lot of us have already done. Wish that someone loved him, albeit literally and figuratively. The only difference is, unbeknownst to him, he had the mystical power to make that a reality. Making that wish is not what makes Bear evil. I didn't know people were saying that. It's odd behavior for a grown man, but it's not an inherently evil fantasy. That's why a lot of the evil that Bear does commit doesn't feel extreme at first, because it's not cartoonish. It's embedded, rooted in turmoil that is relatable, specifically the desire to be loved and grief. So far, Bear's just a dude. And a lot of niggas are like Bear. A lot of niggas will sacrifice themselves when it comes to what they think they deserve. Not every man is going to make the choices that Bear did. Not every man is going to sacrifice their values and their perceived good behavior to get what they want. But they could. And that's the subtle horror. That's why Bear is more than just a villain. He's a possible reality.
What would be so bad? What's so bad about being with me?
He's a masterclass on how maladaptive behavior and abuse don't just appear out of thin air, but instead bloom like the ugliest flower you've ever seen. How sometimes evil only shows up when certain conditions are met. Bear's character is holding up a giant mirror the whole movie, begging you to engage with this opportunity to challenge your own beliefs and how you identify as a good man or a good person. The way that Bear perpetually plummets to rock bottom is done in such a way that you can actively see each instance where his values are called into question and how he fails every time with flying colors. From the cat to the pills, Bear does not stand on anything substantial or meaningful, and that is why he sinks. I think it's okay for men to see a little bit of themselves in Bear in the beginning. I think that's important because he does cross a line. And I want niggas to understand where that line is and see it way before they even get close to it. But that takes understanding, and I think we need to be honest about how we get there. Nobody is born a righteous man, my nigga. You need to figure that out for yourself. That path is rarely black and white. It takes discernment and some experience, and a lot of dudes are missing out on that in the modern age. So when we see defining, teachable moments portrayed like this, it's important to use them. And I'm surrounded by some cool dudes. I'm surrounded by dudes that I respect. But I had to cultivate that. Trial and error. I had to learn. I had to weed niggas out. I had to make decisions. I had to get hurt. I had to grow in order to understand the holes in my values so I could fill them with something better. And if they weren't reasonable, I had to reject niggas like Bear. To be who I am today, I had to take opportunities to become aware, and for some people, this is what Bear's character is. A chance to challenge their own beliefs when it comes to being a man, when it comes to being a friend, when it comes to sticking up for yourself, when it comes to being a good person. I think there's a little bit of all of us in Bear, and it's going to take a lot of honesty to admit that. Not the abuse, but the cowardice, the shitty friend group, the people-pleasing, the dysfunctionality, the selfishness, the excuses, the grief, the value system that doesn't work in practice because it never gets practiced. I say all this because this is way more engaging than Bear is evil. He's a little more than that, but he is evil though. He becomes irredeemable, but he chose that, and you don't have to. Also, fuck Ian, R.I.P. Sarah.